Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's say thanks to our God, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has given us mercies and blessings, so we can gather together here without any trouble and obstacle. Secondly, our salawat and salam always be with our best prophet, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has brought us from the darkness to the brightness, from Jahiliyah era to the great era like right now. Thirdly, our special thanks we will deliver to our lecturer as our motivator, Mr. Kaharudin SIPM Home, who has given us time so we can discuss about our lesson today about discourse analysis, especially why study discourse analysis. So we are group 6. There are 4 members of us. The first is me as a moderator, Aulia Agusfina. The second is Ariyanti Widyastuti. The third is Ayuni Bahramsyah. And the fourth is Yulia Putri Utami. In this session, we will discuss 7 points, especially 7 questions about discourse analysis. Actually, why study discourse analysis? So to shorten the time, let's begin and let's start from the number 1 question. Number 1. Perspective used to explain the reason for the studying discourse analysis. What perspective are they? Please briefly describe your answer. So I give the time and place to one of you to give your opinion and your answer to the first question. Please.
Excuse me, moderator, may I answer the question number 1?
Yes, Ayuni Bahramsyah, time and place are yours.
Okay, I'll answer the question number 1. To economizing the time, there are 3 perspectives used to explain discourse analysis. Namely, the first is academic reason, the second is pragmatic reason, and the third is pedagogical reason. Okay, the first reason is academic reason. Learning about discourse analysis lets students to explore and investigate socially, use text and speech, and is very useful for a student to gain knowledge and understanding of the function of language in social life. And the second pragmatic reason, by studying discourse analysis, it will provide students with knowledge about the linguistic elements, social aspect, and culture of English, which will not only make students good at making correct sentence, but also good at using sentence appropriately according to the context. And the third is pedagogical reasons. Discourse analysis is like a bridge that connects the teacher and the communicative approach in developing the communicative competence of language learners. Those who have studied linguistic and language skill should study discourse analysis as an academic subject at university. They are required to successfully disseminate and relate their knowledge of discourse analysis and pedagogical component in the classroom. I think enough, moderator.
So, for Ayuni Bahramsyah, thank you for your opinion, and for Ariyanti Widyastuti and Yulia Putri Utami, maybe with Ayuni Bahramsyah's opinion. Please, time and place.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Maybe I have the same opinion as Ayuni, but I will tell my answer. The first is in academic reasons, because discourse analysis refers to language skills such as speaking, reading, listening, and writing skills. In addition, discourse analysis also refers to linguistic skills. Um, the second, pragmatic reason, because by learning discourse analysis, we will avoid misunderstanding when using English, so as not to make us to be incompetent speakers who will confuse the interpolator. And the last will provide an understanding that when learning a language, the goal is to acquire communication competence. Thank you.
So how about Ariyanti Widyastuti? Do you have some opinion, or maybe you disagree with Yulia and Ayuni's opinion?
Yes, I have the same opinion with Ayuni Bahramsyah and Yulia Putri Utami about uh, three perspective about discourse analysis.
Okay, so for the first question about three perspectives used to explain discourse analysis, there are academic reasons that uh, students are expected to take advantage of learning, namely gaining the knowledge of discourse analysis, developing a critical mindset, moderation in teaching English. And the second is pragmatic reasons. It's important to bring discourse analysis into the language teaching class for learning and explore two important things in English, namely the form and function of English, which naturally exists in the context of oral interaction and written text. And the last is paradigm the teacher and the communicative approach in developing the communicative competence of language learners. So, move to the next question. The question number 2. Who should learn discourse analysis and why? Please explain your answer in detail. So, I give time to one of you who will the first speakers about the question number 2. Please, time and place are yours.
Can I try, moderator?
Yulia Putri Utami, please.
Okay, thanks. Discourse analysis course are referred to learners of English who have studied and have knowledge of language skills and studies. With discourse analysis will also encourage or make students to review the rules of the language they already know.
So for Ayuni Bahramsyah and Ariyanti Widyastuti, you can give your opinion also about the number 2.
Okay, excuse me, moderator. I want to answer number 2.
Yes, please, Ariyanti Widyastuti. Time and place are yours.
Okay, in this case, it is the students themselves who must study discourse analysis because, as is well known, it is necessary for students to have an understanding of the function of language in social life as well as the role of language, knowledge of the linguistic elements, social aspects, and culture of English will not only make students good at making correct sentence, but can also make students good at using sentence appropriately according to the context. The problem that is often faced by students is sometimes the structure of the use of the language used by students is correct, but the function of the language itself is sometimes incorrect. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariyanti. How about Ayuni Bahramsyah?
No moderator. No thanks.
Okay, so for number 2, who should learn discourse analysis? Someone who should learn discourse analysis are students because it is necessary for students to have an understanding of the function of language in social life as well as the role of language. So next, move to the next question, the question number 3. What should the students do in learning discourse analysis? Please explain your answer in detail. So, I give time for one of you to give your opinion. Ayuni Bahramsyah, maybe for
Okay, thanks for giving me this opportunity, moderator. I will answer the question number 3. And my answer is, what should students do in learning discourse analysis? Let's explain your answer in detail. My answer, the first is, students is expected to provide an in-depth focus on knowledge of discourse analysis concept, which will serve as good lines for understanding and carrying out the discourse analysis process. And the second, students are expected to train and develop their critical thinking skill through various kind of discourse analysis practice as a simple research model carried out in the classroom learning process. And third, in addition, to focusing and also thinking critically, students are also expected to have a clear understanding of the context of using English so that they significantly contribute not only the result related to discourse analysis, but also to use the result according to their communication needs. And the last is, students are expected after studying discourse analysis, they can use the result of discourse analysis as a source and inspiration in teaching English. So that students success in spreading and connecting their knowledge of discourse analysis and pedagogical component in the classroom. Thank you, moderator.
okay, that's the opinion from Ayuni Bahramsyah. And maybe Yulia, Putri, Utami, and Ariyanti Widyastuti, do you have some opinion or maybe another opinion from Ayuni Bahramsyah? Please.
Yes, I am. I think the answer given by Ayuni is clear.
Yulia, Putri, Utami, how about you?
Yes, me too. I have the same opinion as Ayuni Bahramsyah.
Okay, so for the question number 3, what should the student do in learning discourse analysis? We all have some opinions about that. That there are 4 points for this question and have explained by Ayuni Bahramsyah. So move to the next question. Question number 4. What are the advantage of learning discourse analysis? What would the students achieve? Please give your opinion. So one of you who will be the first speaker for this question, please. Time and place are yours.
Okay, moderator. I want to answer the question number 4. The question is, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis? What will the students achieve? Uh, of course, to minimize the risk of misunderstanding communication, because the interlocutor has the same cultural values and has the same knowledge of how to do things with the language. I think enough. Thank you.
Yulia, Putri, Utami, and Ayuni Bahramsyah, how about your opinion? Do you have some opinion or maybe another opinion?
Okay, thanks, moderator. I have another opinion. In my opinion, there are four advantages that students will get when studying discourse analysis, where these benefits will be very useful for students in learning English. The first is that students will, of course, gain more knowledge about the concept of discourse analysis, which will be a guide or direction in understanding or carrying out the discourse analysis process. The second, by carrying out practical activities of analyzing discourse with simple research in the classroom, it will improve students' critical thinking skills. Third, by providing a clear understanding of the context of using English, through that understanding, it will help students have the skills to choose the right words and expressions according to their speaking skill and understand everyday language. And the last, through the result of the discourse analysis practice that has been carried out by students, it hopes that it can help students to use it as a source of inspiration uh, for their teaching materials in the futures. Thank you.
So, how about Ayuni Bahramsyah?
Okay, thanks, moderator. There is no rebuttal to Yulia's argument or Ariyanti Widyastuti's argument, but I will give a little additional answer in question number 4. And my answer, in my opinion, of course, by studying discourse analysis, students will minimize the risk of communication misunderstandings because the other person has the same cultural values and has the same knowledge about how to do things with language. I think enough. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for all of you. So the main point in number 4 is by studying discourse analysis, students or we all will minimize the risk of communication misunderstandings. So let's move to the next question. The question number 5. According to discourse analysis view, what should be learned and should be taught in a foreign language? Please explain your answer in detail. Who will, maybe one of you will be the first answer for this question or question number 5. Yulia, Putri, Utami, maybe for number 5.
Okay, thanks, moderator. The first is language skills such as speaking, listening, reading, writing, and linguistic knowledge such as phonetics, syntax, morphology, semantics. And the second, knowledge about the importance of function when using English is how to function from it to fix context. And the last is how to make English language learning is a target in shaping communication competence. Thank you.
Ariyanti Widyastuti and Ayuni Bahramsyah, how about your opinion?
Okay, moderator, I have a rebuttal to Yulia's argument. My answer, in my opinions, learners need to learn two different dimensions, namely form and function of their social life. In other words, student needs to be taught not only form of language such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar, but also the function of language, namely learning how to convey goals using some typical expression according to the context. Thank you, moderator.
Ariyanti Widyastuti, how about your opinion?
I have some opinion with Ayuni Bahramsyah. Thank you.
Okay, so the main point of question from question number 5, learners need to learn two different point in English, or especially in discourse analysis. Those are form and function of a foreign language in order to use it successfully in their social life. So, move to the next question. Question number 6. In more specific case, what are the advantages of learning discourse analysis according pragmatic perspective? Please give your opinion. Ariyanti Widyastuti.
Okay, so the advantages of learning discourse analysis according pragmatic perspective. My answer, of course, to study in order to explore two important things in English, namely the form and function of English, which naturally exists in the context of spoken and written interactions. Knowledge of the linguistic elements, social aspects, and culture of English will not only make students good at making correct sentence, but also good at using sentence appropriately according to the context. To communicate effectively in a foreign language, a speaker must possess two types of knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariyanti. Ayuni and Yulia maybe have another opinions.
Okay, I will give my opinion. Um, in pragmatic reason or perspective, there is a lot that students will get when studying discourse analysis. Students will know deeply about two components of language are form and function. Form consists as phonetic morphology, syntax, semantics, and pragmatic, and function is the knowledge of function form to fit the context. Maybe many of us sometimes pronounce English with correct grammar and form, but is misinterpreted by the other person and makes the interlocutor be confused. So in a case like that, it means that the error isn't in the function. With the error of the function will make us incompetent speakers. Therefore, the existence of discourse analysis will teach us how to use the correct function so that we use English. We not only know the truth in terms of the form, but also know the truth in terms in its function. Thank you.
Thank you, Yulia, Putri Utami. And the next, Ayuni Bahramsyah. Do you have another opinion for the question number 6?
No, thanks, moderator. I agree with the Ariyanti Widyastuti's arguments and Yulia Putri Utami arguments. Thank you.
Okay, so in In more specific case, nomor 6 baru masuk nomor 7. Okay, so for number 6, in more specific case, the advantages of learning the discourse analysis is to communicative effectively in a foreign language, as a speaker must process 2 types of knowledge. Those are structural. Move to the last question of our discussion, the question number 7. How to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context. Please give your opinion.
Okay, moderator, I'll go first. Okay, in pedagogical context, discourse analysis is to provide an understanding that language learning is the goal of shaping communication competence. So there are 2 ways to communicate, are verbally and writing discourse or non-verbal. Thank you.
Ariyanti Widyastuti and Ayuni Bahramsyah, maybe you have another opinion from Yulia Putri Utami, please.
The moderator.
Yes,
I
Ayuni
will give
Bahramsyah.
a little additional answer. In my opinion, discourse analysis is concerned with the use of language in real communicative situation and so is foreign language education. Therefore, information about language use obtained from discourse analysis has become an inspiration for teachers and language practitioners who they use as reference source for formulating curricula, design syllabus, preparing teaching materials, and determining language teaching methodologies. Thank you.
How about Ariyanti Widyastuti?
I think the answer given by Ayuni and Yulia Putri Utami is clear. Thank you.
Okay, so for the last question, how to use discourse analysis in pedagogical context, is those who have studied linguistic and language skill should study discourse analysis as an academic subject at university. So that's all about our discussion from number 1 until number 7. So in conclusion, there are 3 perspectives used to explain discourse analysis. Those are academic reason, pragmatic reason, and pedagogical reason. And someone who should learn discourse analysis are students. And what should the student do in learning discourse analysis is there are 4 points that have explained by Ayuni Bahramsyah, that those are students are expected to provide an in-depth focus on knowledge of discourse analysis concept. And the second, students are expected to train and develop their critical thinking skills. And in addition to focusing and also thinking critically, students are also expected to have a clear understanding of the context of using English. And the last is students are expected, after studying discourse analysis, they can use the result of discourse analysis as a source and inspiration in teaching English. And the advantage of learning discourse analysis, students will minimize the risk of communication misunderstanding. And also, in more specific case, knowledge of the linguistic elements, social aspect, and culture of English will not only make students good at making correct sentence, but also good at using sentence appropriately according to the context. And the last, those who have studied linguistic and language skills should study discourse analysis and as an academic subject at university. So maybe that's all about our discussion today about discourse analysis, especially how and why study discourse analysis. So I hope this our discussion will be benefit for us, and we have we are sorry if we have many mistakes in our discussion. So the last I will say thank you so much and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you guys.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, moderator.